Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Adam here, aka the Sound Scotsman, and this is Smart Souls Episode 6, the remake. So if you've already seen the original Episode 6, then you don't have to watch this, but if you haven't, then this is the version to watch. So, in real life I've actually filmed the next 20 episodes, and the guide is going great. We are on point for getting every sorcery, every pyromancy and every miracle in the game. We're also on point for getting every single weapon in the game for the Knight's Honour trophy, because this is absolutely a Platinum Hunter's guide. So whether you're a cleric, whether you're a mage, it won't really matter too much. I will give you every information on every covenant, etc, etc as we go along. So, why am I redoing this episode? The reason is the audio wasn't very good in the original edit. I was playing around with a new microphone, so I didn't like the audio, so I thought, do you know what, it's actually time to go back and redo it. So I've got this character to exactly the same place that the original character was. So I've rang the first bell and killed Lautrec, got myself the Ring of Favour and Protection, got the Zweihander up to +5, and we are pretty much ready to rock and roll. With regards to the stats that I have at the moment, it might be slightly higher or slightly less than the original one was, but it's not really too important. I did actually do a little bit of boss farming here. I actually helped some people with the gargoyle boss, so for that reason we actually have maybe a little bit more stats, but you might want to do that anyway. What we're doing today is going back to the Northern Undead Asylum. There's 2 pieces of treasure that we need from there to make the next episodes much easier, but there's also some extra loot that we're just going to grab just because we can. So you just roll off the ladder there. Also, I must point out, everybody stay till the very end of the video, because I'm actually because I've done so many episodes in the future, I can actually roadmap your stats. So whether you're a cleric or whether you're copying my build exactly, you can hang on till the end and I'll actually roadmap you the bare minimum stats to actually complete the game. And then in an upcoming episode you'll see what my stats are aiming for 120. But anyway, jump off here, grab this Undead Asylum Key. We need that. That is going to let us open the door to get the ring that we need. That's very important that you actually roll off and grab that. You can see that there's somebody lurking here. When he awakens, it'll be round about episode 10. You will actually be able to use him to sell items you do not want. What I have realised about people is, from the community, talking to the community, different people, they get very attached to their first character that they ever play with Dark Souls. So whether you were a cleric or not, I would still recommend that you collect everything in your first playthrough that you can, because the chances are you're probably going to want to platinum it with your first character. But as I haven't reshot episodes 1, 2 and 3, I want to take the time just for a second to show you what items that you already have that are part of the Platinum Trophy, Knight's Honour to be specific, so that you don't sell them on later on. So the Drake Sword is one of them. You need to keep your Drake Sword. Also need this Dragon Crest Shield. That's also part of Knight's Honour trophy, so don't get rid of that. I must have other things in the box. Let me just check for a sec. I wasn't expecting this, to be honest. Access bottomless box. Yes, here we are. So I've got the full list. So, Artorias straight sword. We got that from the dragon. We collected the treasure and then the dragon killed us in episode 2. So, that we need to keep. Drake sword we need to keep. Black Knight sword, yes, we need to keep that. Every Black Knight item we need to actually keep. Our gargoyle tail axe. That would have been the tail cut off. With this character I must have actually cut the tail off, to be honest with you. But I didn't do it in the original edit, therefore I'm still going to circle around and cut it off in New Game Plus. The reason I wasn't too fussed about it in the last episode that you watched is that it's the actual easiest tail cut off in the entire game, so it doesn't matter if you miss it in New Game, you can always get it in New Game Plus. But every other tail cut off I do actually manage in the guide, so stay tuned for all that sort of stuff. Spider shield, that's not important. So okay, so all we have then, just to recap, Artorias straight sword, we need that. Drake sword, we need. Black Knight sword, we need. But don't worry if you don't get the Black Knight sword. I know I got it as a lucky drop. At the very end of the game, there's an area where we can farm all the Black Knight stuff, so don't get too caught up if you don't get any of the Black Knight drops while you're playing the game. Okay? Gargoyle tail axe, that was obviously the cut off of the gargoyles. Hopefully you got it, but if you didn't, then that's no big deal, because like I said, it's an easy tail cut off. And then it's just the dragon crest shield. Okay, so that's the items there that we already own that count towards our Knight's Honour trophy. We're about to collect one other shield, actually, in the Undead Asylum, where we're headed. And that shield will also be part of the Knight's Honour trophy. Just roll off there, by the way, don't step, just roll off. And then walk back up here. The very top. There we go, curl up like a ball. This takes a few seconds. What I will say about at the end of the episode, when I roadmap the stats. Now, obviously I'm making a sorcerer, okay? And therefore I'll be picking up miracles and probably using them throughout the playthrough. But if you keep your dexterity to only 14, then by the time I finish the game I want to be level 100. Now, 120 is the meta, which means everybody that plays the game aims for about 120 for co-op and PvP and all that sort of stuff. But with a platinum character, you actually just make your character as high a level as you want. And if you're a cleric, you would probably need it to be about 160, I think, be about level 160 to have a little bit of sorcery that we're going to use, up to about 16 probably about 16 intelligence, just to make the game easy, because the miracles that you get at the start of the game are a bit rubbish. There's not really any offensive miracles to deal damage with other people, deal damage to the enemies. So you might want a little bit of intelligence, but if you don't waste any stats on dexterity, no stats into resistance, absolutely not, then there's no reason why you can't have a little bit of intelligence, maybe 14, maybe 16, something like that, and then enjoy the rest of the other stats and just pump faith last. And then just take it up as high as you want, or as high as you can. Okay, so we're back here now. Just point out there, right in front of us. That part is actually unsafe now. Don't fall through the floor. It will give way if you stand on it. That's where the boss is. But for the time being, we're just going to get to the bonfire. And then we'll go grab our treasure. I just realised I've probably confused the heck out of you when we were flying down with the crow. I said miracle instead of sorcery, but don't worry about that right now. At the very end of the episode, I'm going to bring the stats up on the screen and explain it to you nice and slowly while I'm not doing anything else, and that way it'll be nice and clear for you and you'll understand it. So whether you're a sorcery / intelligence build, same thing, or a faith / cleric build, same thing, it'll be nice and straightforward for you. But I will mention one other thing. After this episode, which is obviously episode 6, I'm going to do a little Smart Souls Faith special. So for anyone who is a cleric build, or faith build, whichever you like to be called, then I will do a little mini episode just for you guys, just to keep you on point, between episode 6 and episode 7, just to give you a little advantage. Now, we've came up this way because we need to kill this guy here. He's gone mad now. His shield is what we're after. There we go. A couple of nice hits. Good thing is he's fat rolling, so we can just tank through that damage. But this is one of the things we actually came back here for. This, the Crest Shield. That's got excellent stats against magic. So the magic defense there, look, 80% magic reduction. So that's going to come up handy in episode 8. That's going to come in handy. And episode 9 actually, both 8 and 9. We didn't need it right now. We could have had the Dragon Crest Shield, would have been fine. But anyway, the order I'm doing things is very specific. We go kill him, then we come up here. Oh, that's quite handy. There we go. That was the key we picked up from the rooftop. And this, ta-da! Rusted iron ring. That's the main thing we came for as well. That lets us walk in water now. You might remember where you actually are. You might have remembered me pointing that out in episode 1. That's where the boulder came down. Anyway, right now we could actually just go straight back to Firelink. We have everything we actually need. But I'm going to show you some other things as well. Now there's a Black Knight down here. There he is. The key thing with these Black Knights is just to fight them where you want to fight them. Don't fight them where they actually are necessarily. I don't want to fight them in that narrow corridor, you see. This bit's okay. I'll fight him here. Ooh. I know. I'm going back the way I didn't want to go. There we go. That shuts them up. Nice. A red titanite chunk. That will come in handy though. I'm happy about that. You'll remember where you are now. we done all this the other way around when we left the game, when we started the game, sorry. We are back in the boss room. Remember, of course, be careful not to fall through the floor just yet. Whoop, wrong way. Even got confused myself there a little. Anyway, out here, rest at the bonfire, and then we'll take on the next bit. Remember, you can kindle the bonfires as well. Have one in the one soft humanity, so why not use it? There we go, 10 Estus again. Okay, so one more piece of treasure. Again, if you didn't want to kill that Black Knight and you don't want to come down and kill this Black Knight, then your last chance to do that would be about episode 18 of the guide. So you have actually got ages to do this. I do prompt you again about episode 13, I think I prompt you to come back here, but you don't even have to do it then if you really don't want to. As long as you come back here before or after episode 18, before episode 19, then it's fine. So Rusted Iron Ring, I'm going to actually put that on just now because of this water here. I want to lure this Black Knight back up that way. And look, there's the boss still there. That's who I'm actually going to fight. Again, we don't have to actually fight him until before episode 19, basically. My goodness. They are quite quick, those Black Knights, aren't they? But yeah, the boss. This isn't really going very well. I'm wanting that backstab, as you can tell. There we go, lovely. One more hit and he'll probably be dead. Back out here into the water, big guy. There we go, lovely, one backstab as well. Perfect. Oh, another red chunk. My lucky day. Yeah, so this item down here that I've came back all the way to the very starting cell that we started the game. We're after this peculiar doll. This acts as a key. It lets us into the painted world of Ariamis. We go into the painted world in episode 20, so you need it in anticipation for episode 20, but obviously you needed you needed something else between after episode 18, so you may as well just come back in 18 and grab the peculiar doll as well if you don't want to do it right now, if you're too worried or whatever. Okay, so I am actually going to kill the boss right now just because it'll be entertaining for you, but you don't have to. I did actually go back and watch episode 7, so I realised that I'm a higher level in this. I'm level 38 at the moment. I have enough for one level, which I'm going to put into intelligence. Get 14. That's enough if you're a cleric. Probably 14 will be enough to actually see you through the game. Notice I did say cleric, a faith build, because I would still recommend, if you're a faith build, that you use a little bit of magic just in the early stages, Maybe actually put it up to 16 rather than 14. But anyway, with this character as opposed to the original character, I did some helping out. I put my sign down and helped some people kill the gargoyles and all that sort of stuff. So that's the difference. That's why I'm a higher level with this character. And like I said before, you do not have to kill this boss right now. I'd probably actually recommend against it, to be fair. It's probably a bit of a silly move to go down and kill this guy. But, hey ho, I'm silly, and I'm going to do it. Just for your entertainment. Man, that was close. So yeah, don't do that. Don't do that right now. That was just purely for your entertainment purposes. But when you do come to do this, bearing in mind that'll be at least after episode 12, then don't forget to pick up your item, the Titanite slab, okay? Because there's only one of these in the main game, there's another one in the DLC, and, well, you really do not want to miss out on that. You'll notice that the payout was 20,000 souls, but I'm going to actually buy an item for exactly 20,000 souls that lets us do episode 22 of Smart Souls. So that just shows you how far away that actually is. So how to get out of the boss room? There's a ladder around here. There it is. And then we just go straight through the window. Boom. There we are. That's where we the very start of the game, where we got the peculiar doll. Anyway, I'll meet you at Firelink Shrine. So I hope you enjoyed that. Back at the parish now. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to spend this 20,000 souls on. Purchase item. Crest of Artorias. That. 20,000 souls. Yes, please. So there you go. The main thing from the episode that you do need is the Crest Shield and the Rusted Iron Ring. Anything else is a bonus, but pretty much don't be a bit of an idiot like me and take on the Asylum, the Stray Demon right now. That was just a bit too mental. So go ahead and grab yourselves a piece of pen and paper if you want, and pause the video. But this is where I am about 3/4 of the way through the game. I'm level 90, and that is my stats at the moment. I want to get another 10 points into strength by the time I'm at the end of new game. So I want my strength to be 34. That's what the next 10 points are going into. For faith builds, what I would do is just have 16 intelligence and put the rest into faith. So you'll probably need another 20, so that'd be 28. You'll probably be about 102, something like that, which is fine. You'll have plenty of wiggle room. I will post my stats at what I want for around 120 as well, as that's the meta. But by the time you actually have the Platinum Trophy, you'll be about level 140 to level 160, so you'll still have an extra 40 points over and above what my end game, what my level 120 aiming point actually is. Okay, so I hope you liked the video, guys, and don't forget to be a legend and subscribe if you haven't already done so. We will see you in the next episode, which will be Smart Souls episode 7, unless you're a cleric / faith build. If you're a faith build, go ahead and watch the little mini episode, which I'm just going to call Smart Souls Faith Special. So if you guys just want to watch that next before jumping on to episode 7. Alrighty, that's us for now. Cheerio.